Hey, Tara here, coming to you live from my living room area, and just a really quick encouraging message. I'm actually on my way out the door to get my daughter from school, and I apologize. I think the video is a little fuzzy from where I'm at. It just happens to be the location. At any rate, today has been a really good reminder. It's been several days since I've had the opportunity to connect with you, and if you are just viewing this video, I just wanted to say thank you for watching, and I hope that you're encouraged by today's message and that you'll come back and visit and continue to plug into Facebook Lives. And don't forget, before we get started, share this video with people that you know. Don't be afraid to share this to your wall or with a friend that this might encourage. And when we think of time management and we think of time in our daily lives, we think about it more as a tasking or as a daily list. But timing really isn't ours. And I was in prayer and I was thinking about you guys this morning, and the message that rang really clear and really true to me was that time is not a daily task. Time is not even ours. Timing actually belongs to the Lord. And there are multiple scriptures to confirm it, but the one that I want to base it around is Romans 8:28. And that is that all things work together for good who love him, right? And so the thing is that it's not just about a timing or a sequence of events. It's about his timing in our life, okay? If we do not show up, we cannot expect to reproduce that fruit, right? Just in the same way that if we don't obey the Lord and we don't trust him for the guidance and the message and the knowledge and the know-how, it may be blessed, but not to its full potential. So if you're in a season of, oh my gosh, what is going on? Why are things not going my way? Or why am I not seeing the fruit from the things that I'm doing? I want to encourage you today, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Or if you're in the middle of an obstacle or you're in the middle of a storm, and it almost seems like, it's not true, it's a lie, okay? But it almost feels like or seems like that you feel some sort of guilt, or that you're holding on to something, like, why did this negative thing happen to me? I'm not saying this is all of you. I'm saying if this is where you're at. It is not necessarily a bad thing. If you're in the middle of a storm or a situation that seems impossible, there's always opportunity. And here's why. We have to remember the season that we're in. Okay? Sometimes we go through a really dark thing or a dark place, and we don't understand always why it happens or why it occurred. Okay? And the first thing is, sorry, people are like messaging me right and left while I'm doing a video. Sorry about that. The thing is that we can really focus on the storm and a thing that's not going right, or we can really keep our eyes on God and look to him for the opportunity as to, I know I'm going through a negative thing, God, but what are you trying to teach me? What is it that you want me to do with my time today? How can I stay focused on you? How can I stay a servant for you in the middle of all this? Like, I know that this is a real life event, but I'm not going to necessarily feed it so much that it distracts me from the very thing that you've called me to do. And if that thing is rest, then I rest, right? Or you rest, right? If it's, I want you to do XYZ task, then, at that point, yeah, you obey the Lord and you do those things, or you respond to what he's asking you to do, in other words. And the thing is, we have to know that the season that we're in, because we can't always be reaping a harvest, okay? Because what happens is, if we have a harvest before the season is due, like let's say that we try to rush or we try to hurry a harvest, okay? It becomes our plan. It's no longer his timing, his plan, okay? And the thing is, it may seem really good, But pride always comes before a fall, and things can quickly escalate or fall apart, or we understand the knowledge to an extent, but then there's a twist and sequence of events and the situation completely falls apart. Well, you know what? It really didn't have to actually fall apart. Things didn't have to fall apart. It's just that you tried to rush things before the sequence and the timing of things. Like God could tell you something, okay, and he could really want you to focus on that thing. Okay, but maybe he's telling you so that in that time that you can pray about it. Okay, you have to know his timing for an event. There is no going around it. There is no rushing the process. The only thing is to embrace and to endure it. So in order to reap the harvest, what must we do first? Okay, we must prepare the land. Okay, not even sow the seed. We have to prepare the land first. Okay, then we can sow the seed. Okay, once we sow the seed, we can continue to, till the land if we've got more seed, or we can begin to nurture the seeds if we've already planted them. Because just because you plant a number of seeds doesn't mean all the seeds are going to come up. Okay, but your hope and your goal is that some seeds pop up. Well, all these seeds represent you committing and declaring your ways to the Lord. Okay, so he will see that come to fruition. Okay, but there is a whole nurturing season. Just like there's a planting season, there's a nurturing season. And there's a timing and a season of maturation and ripening. Okay, you don't pick a piece of fruit and eat it before it's ready. Just like you can't rush the timing of God, right? He will bring that into fruition. He will ripen that season when it's ready. And when you know that you know that you know that it's time to reap that harvest, the Lord will reveal that to you and you will know what that looks like. But don't be afraid of the season that you're in. Because the truth is, the storm or whatever you're enduring, even if you didn't think you were supposed to be in that season, that's a lie. The truth is, the season and the timing that you're in now, whether planting, nurturing, ripening, it's all in its right time. It's all in his time. It's all in his season, right? So we have to trust him in the process of events. It's not enough just to trust the process. We have to trust him with the process, and that he knows that what he's doing, so that when the thing that we're believing him for happens to pass, okay, if it's his will, okay, I'm not saying if it's not his will, I'm saying if it is his will, and he does bring that to pass for us, okay, he will bring that into our life. We won't have to chase after fantasy. We won't have to chase after that thing. We will be able to trust him for what is noble and what is good. And we will be able to trust that what he's doing is for our good and our life, and that his plan is better than anything that we could accomplish, right? Because again, Romans 8:28, all things work together for him that loves, or for us that loves him, right? And so when we trust him and we surrender those ways, we're sowing that. We're saying, God, I trust you more than I trust myself. I trust that you're going to do every good and perfect work according to your will. And so when you're going through a challenge, know one thing, okay? And let this be a reminder to you when you go in that dark place. You sometimes are meant to go in dark places to be the light. Okay? Because light on light is good, but light in a dark place represents truth. And you are meant to be somebody else's light. You are meant to show them the love of Christ. So don't miss the opportunity in the season that you're in. Take the time to not only learn the skills and the tools and what he wants you to know, but listen to him so that he can show you whatever that strategy, whatever that tool is. If you're meant to connect with somebody, whatever that looks like, it's because you are meant for the light, meaning you're meant for a greater purpose for him, a greater good. He has a plan in mind for you. He has a place for you. He has a strategy for you. Why? Because of 1 John 2:27. There's an anointing on your life. And when you declare the anointing over the situation, that gives God a chance to work all things out for your good, according to Romans 8:28, right? So it all comes back, right? So we just need to keep trusting him more than ourselves. We need to allow ourselves to embrace even a dark place so that we can be a light, but more importantly, so that even in the storm, that we're representing light, that we keep our eyes on him so that he can do his good and perfect work in us and through us to reach others, to serve others, and to remain with a servant's heart. I hope that this message really, truly encourages you. I love to get some feedback from you. Feel free to post it. I'm going to also post my contact information in the comments section. Feel free to connect with me that way. I'm also going to leave my link for my VIP list. I'm going to be sharing a bunch of content. A lot of good things are happening. So if you haven't already, you'll want to connect by clicking on that link, fill out your name and your email, click on the subscribe button so that way you can subscribe. And if you're curious about what I do business-wise, I'm also going to leave that link as well. Feel free to click on that and to watch the video and to follow the prompts from there, and I'd be happy to connect with you from there. It's been a pleasure. I look forward to connecting with you again. I'm not quite positive as to when that will be. My guess on that will be sometime on Thursday, since my daughter has a half day and we're having a mother-daughter date tomorrow. So just be looking for something from me on Thursday here on Facebook. Thank you so much again. Have a great rest of your day and blessings for now. Bye-bye.